just what everybody says when they walk in. It's an incredibly wonderful area to walk into. People are very, very welcoming. It's very comfortable. The staff has been very welcoming, very willing to jump in and help with, helping me get acclimated to the culture, to the people. And I could feel it day one that there was something quite special about this church. And I wouldn't say that if I didn't actually believe it. It's a healthy church, it's a growing church. And even, my wife and I, we were praying for a home church to find, and something really, really special about this place. And both of us, immediately were on board.
Good morning and welcome to Encounter Church. This is your Connect card. If you're a regular attender or a member here at Encounter Church, you can just give your name and email address and any information that may have changed. If this is your first time with us, I'd like to ask you to share as much information as you feel comfortable sharing, and be sure to mark the box on the side that says first or second time guest. We believe God has a next step for you to take today, and we want to partner with you in prayer and support of those next steps. So hang on to that Connect card and we'll collect them during the offering.
I really find that especially in this season of my life, when I became a mom, it was easy to start getting wrapped up in the mundane tasks and live a life that's very complacent. And I really believe that God calls us to more than mediocrity, to more than complacency, and so much of that comes from our own self-care. So Made for More is leaving feeling exhausted and depleted and entering fullness and being energized, and leaving the anxiousness and entering peace. And a lot of that is both physiological, spiritual, emotional, and mental. I've been on the anorexic spectrum and I've been diagnosed with binge eating disorder. I refused to give God the pen to write my health chapter for so long that I became enslaved to it. I was in bondage, I was all tangled up. And finally, when I could humble myself enough to realize that I can't lead and He has to do this, through therapy and the Lord and my friends and my husband, I began to walk this journey of redemption and grace and kindness. And God really just taught me how my ministry was so limited because of my flesh. I wasn't present relationally, I wasn't present socially, I was always consumed with food and consumed with my own stuff, and it was very selfish. This is the door that has devoured me. It was my idol, and you finally redeemed me, and now you want to call me to it. This makes no sense. And Pastor Terry said this, when we're blessed, it's to be a blessing. And I couldn't hold the knowledge and the wisdom I had learned in that journey. And I love discipleship and I love growing with Jesus. I am not an expert in that, but I'm just a disciple like everybody else. And I have a story just like everybody else. Whether you eat or drink, do it all for the glory of God. Everything that we are doing, no matter what it is, it's supposed to be done for the glory of God. You can see it just as a workout, or you can see it as an act of worship. Food, you could just see it just as food, or an opportunity to be grateful, and an act of worship and an act of obedience. So I just need the women to know who are coming to this that I am not better than anyone. I'm not holier than anybody. I'm just simply a sister just like them who has walked through a lot of different trials and a lot of different temptations. And I did things without God, and I now realize that it's not just about doing things for Him, it's doing things with Him. So if you want to leave complacency and mediocrity and that restlessness and that anxiousness and feeling depleted all the time and running on empty all the time, if you're ready to bust out of that and enter into grace and enter into discipline and purpose and excellence, then this is the retreat for you.